So, in my last video we tested some actual modern tank tactics in War Thunder, and I wondered what if we went back in time a little bit to the Cold War, and I happened to stumble across a declassified report on the Cold War Soviet tank tactics. So this is from the perspective of the Americans, and I'm kind of going to use that today to test that out. And so, of course, we need a period-accurate tank, and, well, this recently came out. It's the TO-55. Yes, as the name suggests, this is a T-55. But, as you might notice, this suspicious-looking port right next to the gun barrel, this is the TO variant, which has a flamethrower. There were versions of flamethrower tanks made by the Soviets in World War II, and they tried it out again post-war, and I'll be honest, flamethrower tanks are not really a thing anymore, because not only are they not really very effective, they're also kind of illegal to use, which kind of makes it a bit difficult. Not that that really stops the Soviets from doing it, but you know, we'll gloss over that. So, based on the report that I was reading, the idea behind Soviet tank tactics was really the exact opposite of what NATO was thinking. Whereas NATO would prefer ridges, slopes, and hills to kind of use as cover, the Soviets kind of thought a similar thing, except they would go around the hills and use them as cover to approach an objective. So instead of going up, they went down. Literally the exact opposite. Of course, bear in mind that this is based off observations of their training that was done way back then, and some of it may not be completely accurate, because, well, we never actually saw them face-to-face fighting with NATO, so how effective or how those tank tactics would have developed is anybody's guess, but we're gonna put them to the test today, and let's get to it. Also, just a heads up, if you want to have a look at this particular report that I'm referring to, I will be posting a link to it on my Discord, complete with the declassification slip that actual declassified documents are supposed to have. So unlike the supposedly declassified documents that people keep saying they can Google, this one is actually declassified properly. You're welcome. Alright, first battle, and it is urban combat, which normally I don't like, but in this case it might actually work pretty well for us. And the reason being is, based on the Soviet armor tactics, we should be able to make use of all of these obstructions around us. And so the main idea is to get as close to the enemy as possible while using all of the available cover and, well, just be as aggressive as possible. And you can see that the tank is pretty uniquely designed for that, and that's kind of typical Soviet design for the time. We don't exactly have a lot of gun depression. The tank itself is also not very big, and both of these allow it to make use of cover a lot more effectively than the typical Western tank, because they just are so much smaller. One thing that's really interesting too is the gunner is actually on the left side instead of the right side. So, given that this is the exact opposite, ooh, that's our counterpart right there. It is. Oh, we'll just use the flamethrower to kind of give us a shield, and that hasn't worked. But literally, the Western counterpart, the Leopard, won. That was, of course, not a failure of tactics, that was a failure of gunnery. Which, interestingly, is exactly why the Soviets prioritize speed and aggression, is because they want to close the distance as much as possible. Now, when you have zoom optics that are like this, not exactly a large amount of zoom, and let's be honest, gun accuracy that isn't really as high or even in the same category as its Western equivalents, you do want to be as close to the enemy as possible. Now, going back to the crew positions with the gunner being on the opposite side, the gunner has a hatch on top of the turret, in the same way that the commander does. Now, in the Western vehicles, it is actually the loader that has a hatch, as well as the commander. So, slightly different roles. It seems kind of odd, but it actually makes a little more sense for the loader hatch to exist rather than a gunner one, because the commander very often just becomes the loader in the case where the loader is knocked out. So, swapping over is a lot easier when you have those two hatches. But I just think it's interesting that it is just the opposite side. But I'm not entirely sure why. Why do they do that? If anyone knows, let me know down in the comments. Alright, we got a T-55 over there watching the sea point from that side. We got T-54 over here watching the other side. And we've got somebody on the... Yeah, it's this T-55A over here that's on the capture point. Very, very nice. I've noticed that the most recent update has actually changed the crew voices. There is something coming. It is a martyr. I'm just gonna knock his track out as well. I know his gunner is knocked out, or his driver, I mean, is knocked out, but... There we go. I probably should have switched to an APHE for that one. That probably would have been a little more effective. As useless as the flamethrower really is, I do love the way it looks. The flame effects in this are surprisingly pretty. At times. There was a missile fired over this way, so I want to be a little bit careful about that. We're gonna go around the containers down here. Ooh! He's right there! Yep, he's right there. Flame him! Flame him! Also because it slightly obscures us and he might not see me changing directions. I don't have smoke grenades, so I'm gonna make use of this. I'm also gonna queue up an APHE because I don't think that's a tank. Yep, it's not. Oh! Oh, jeez, I could have actually gotten him with the flamethrower. I just saw it. Okay, I don't know why I've been getting a lot of snow maps recently, but what is going on with the weather? This looks like PlayStation level graphics right now. Seriously, I'm starting to wonder if the people who do the environments in the game haven't been outside for a little while. Are you guys okay?
No.
Because this does not look like anything on Earth right now. That and, you know, the sunset and sunrise. The same. Alright, and in we go. Hello. I've also switched my ammo to heat rounds primarily because I've just realized at this BR it's probably going to be a little more useful. Also because I forgot I had them. And I'll be honest, APDS is probably the reason why I lost that engagement against that Leopard. Because it was actually a decent hit. It was just the wrong type of ammo. Hello, what are you? The Macaque Hydra. Oh, something just hit him in the side there. Okay, let's go over here. We're gonna cover their flanks. Because this is what the Soviets would do. Frontal assault and also encircle. Oh, something's coming around the left side. Something's coming. Go head on with it. Never mind. I swear I'm not trying to make the Soviet tanks look bad or anything. I've just not played them in a long time. I mean, when you spend this long kind of like not playing any of the Soviet targets, I mean tanks, it's just gonna be difficult to adjust. I mean, even that report I read said that the Soviet army's kind of main doctrine was offensive. And I agree. Looking at it again, I mean, a lot of the Soviet tanks, I mean, referring to them as tanks is just really offensive to tanks. Ooh. Okay, what got him? Something took him out. Let's go and find out. I see something down there. There is something down there. Right there. Or maybe not. I'm looking at a piece of road. Oh no, I'm doing the Soviet missile thing. Confuse a piece of road for a target. Why does that tank sound like a lawnmower? Why do you sound like a lawnmower? That's not right. I really do hope that that's a placeholder sound or something. Hello. All right. So this is gonna be an interesting one because this map is entirely ridgelines. In fact, when I'm playing my Leopard, this is one of my favorite maps to be on. Like, there are so many slopes and gradients all over the place, but not exactly home for the T-55 because it has a gun depression of basically 0. Like, seriously, this is as far down as it can point, and that's more than can be said for a lot of Soviet tanks. But also, as a good comparison, look at the M60 next to me. Almost double the height. So the low profile does count for something. You are a much smaller target. It also helps that this tank isn't slow. And we're doing about thereabouts 50 k's an hour on this road. But that is not too bad. All right, enemies around the corner. Hello. Can't quite see him. Oh, don't back up into me. I'm just gonna fire. I can't quite see what was shooting at him. There's some movement down there. I do see some engine exhaust. That'd be like there. Oh, it's a little bit short. I wonder if I can actually get up this side. Can I go up this way? I like how I turned my turret to the side to avoid breaking my gun, even though that's not a thing in this game. I have a feeling I'm about to be shot at. Ooh. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Right. Where are they? I could use this bridge. I could. It might not be a great idea, but I could use it. Also, one downside of having such a small tank, not a lot of room for ammo. So I am gonna run out of rounds very quickly. Also because my aim is horrendous. There you are. I think he's dead now. Oh, I was shooting a little high anyway. And I think I hit that street light. That's fine. Okay, apparently we can capture the zone from up here. Just having a look to see if anybody's up there on the hills. Oh, I see one. It is gonna take forever to measure that range. I probably should have just gone for the shot, to be honest. I'm sure he'll pop up again. There he is. Oh, I hit him before I got artilleried, but I hit him. I don't know what I hit on him, but I genuinely think this is why they got closer than that, because end of the day, maybe it's easier to brawl than to try and snipe with them. There we go, nice kill assist. Oh no, my transmission's been knocked out. What hit me? I'm being sniped at. My engine's gonna fail if I keep going, but I don't want to stop out here. Oh, yeah. Okay. That is a problem. But look, we're in cover now. That actually did damage my engine, just running over there with the broken radiator. Okay, can I hit something that far away? Now that's about 1,000 meters away, based on the objective point from earlier. That one's dead. There is another one down there somewhere, which I cannot see now. But I think we might be in the clear. Bit of a mad dash, but it worked. Now, as I said before, we are staying on the lowlands, or at least all the little dips and valleys. I'm going to use that to close with the enemy, which is somewhere. They are shooting from the other side of the valley. I just saw where that shot came from. It's just somewhere over here. Something is very near to me. Something is right here. There they are. Let's just burn the forest down to try and find them, because I swear I heard him. I could hear his engine. He was here. Ah, you missed. Smoke is not gonna help you, because I can go around it. Okay, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There you are. There we go. Oh, jeez. I was like, I can hear something right next to me. So yeah, fighting something's up close is a lot better than fighting things far away in a Soviet tank. There you are. It's a little weasel. It's a little weasel. Oh, my machine gun's knocked out because I don't have the crew for it. I don't have a machine gun. Who is hitting me? Seriously. What is that? And now I'm on fire again. One of the downsides of being on the lowlands is you can't see anything. And this is how I die. I prefer the NATO tactics already. Oh my god, what is that? It's a mouse! And let's give him a quick push. Away! I don't know what part of my tank is pushing him, because we're not actually touching. So that is very, very interesting. Something's to my left. I'm very sure something is to my left. But I'm gonna let the IS-6 go first, mainly because he's got more armor, so there you go. The plan worked. Well, okay, he got the kill, but you know what? It's fine, I'm still alive. Cowardice pays dividends. Never mind. Okay, I aimed way too high on that. That's my bad. Because that T-29 shouldn't really be able to stand up to a heat round like that. But then again, it's not like War Thunder calculates that sort of thing correctly. You know, looking at this report again, the one thing that this tactic is really missing is the fact that I'm doing all of this more or less alone. Like, I do have my team, but we're not really doing it all together. So this is the sort of thing that would work best with a squad. In fact, I'd probably argue that you kind of need one. Even if it's not to make it effective, it's just to make it authentic. Oh, that plane might be coming for me. Where are you? I can hear something moving around down there. Oh. He tried to bomb the mouse. Oh, he actually got away with it. 1,000-pounder. There we go. He's probably going to burn for a bit. There you go. I wish I could have done that sooner, but ah well. It's really interesting being on the other side and being matched up alongside things like the M60 over there in a T-55. It's just weird. Also, if you like tank simulators, Gunner Heat PC is amazing. A lot of people have asked me why I haven't played more of that on the channel recently, and it's because I just can't think of anything to do a video of. But I still play that in my off time. So, it's a good game. I just don't know what to make a video off of when it comes to it. I'm starting to find it kind of ironic that I'm being killed 90% of the time by leopards. It's almost like the game is punishing me for having dared to drive around in a tank. Ooh, something just smacked that M60. Alright, let's see if I can get him this way. I didn't hit him at all, but he's in there somewhere. Alright, I'm gonna use this rock as cover. Whoa, what is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Why? Has he seen me? I don't think he's seen me. I'm sitting out in the open right now. Oh. Oh, he's already dead. Sitting out in the open. Not exactly what we like doing, but apparently what we're doing a lot. Oh, there's something back there. Oh, I got a crit on him. Okay, that's his driver knocked out. Where is he? He's like here somewhere? Oh! I should have probably moved. Alright, and here we are on the sands of Sinai. And honestly, a T-55 in Sinai, the less said about that, the better. Because historically, this has not been a good time for them. Then again, I don't think there has been a time in history where the T-55s have ever had a good time. Oh wait, no, there is that one time in China where a bunch of the... Alright, I've made the mistake of coming up to the highlands down here because I kind of autopiloted my way up here. I think if I go down this way where that T-92 is, it might not be the worst. I just gotta check if anybody's actually watching this location because I don't want to be sniped getting through here. Oh, that's a mouse. Okay, there. Oh, I got him! I knocked out his engine, and then we're gonna get his turret crew. No, maybe his turret crew is already knocked out. We never know. He's not shooting, so... Yeah, I think his turret crew is already knocked out, so get him again. Go! There we go. And I got a kill, and it's on the mouse. Of all things. That's honestly the advance of technology. Heat rounds against solid steel armor. Yeah. That's the way it's gonna go, because that's what heat rounds are for. And that's why we stop using armor like that. Oh, there's something. Oh, my breach is out. My breach is out. My breach is out. My breach is out. You know what? Actually, that is a use for the flamethrower. The smoke actually does block line of sight. I mean, it's not as good. It's nowhere near as effective as a smoke screen, but it did actually just save me. All right, I gotta repair my breach. We've taken a lot of hits. Look at that. This tank has definitely seen better days.
Wow.
All right, let me just see if that martyr is still there. I think that's what that was. Oh, yeah, he was still there, but now, he's not anymore. He is well and truly dead. I think my artillery strike is still coming in. Ooh! Plane. Never mind. I know it's mainly for the memes, but flamethrower is funny. And as we've discovered today, it at least has a usage when it can't damage anything. I think we have successfully pushed them back to the spawn, though, so I think this game is basically over. What is that? Hello! I would have been able to use the flamethrower against that now I think about it, because it is open-topped. I just kind of didn't think of it. Oh! Something's coming. Something's trying to get me. Serpentine. Serpentine. What is that? Some kind of plane. It's coming back. I don't think I hit it. Oh, I have to reload. Oh, that's fine. I think this is the longest I've been alive in any of these matches so far. Because it's long enough for it to actually be dirty. Got something over here? Yes, we do. Are you dead? No, you are not. Now you are. That's about there. There we go. So, Soviet tank tactics. Do they work? Definitely when they're en masse, they seem to. But it was always a case of when the tank is kind of left out on its own that it does tend to struggle a little bit. And I'm seeing that that's probably the case in War Thunder. I'm sure with the squad you can definitely make some of these tactics work. But just like the previous video on Western tank tactics, the end result of it is War Thunder is a game that isn't really realistic enough to make those work. Given the choice, I definitely prefer NATO tank tactics. But it is interesting to see things from the other side. Now, of course, you have to take this with a grain of salt because the report was prepared by Defense Intelligence for the Pentagon. So it is very much an American perspective on the sort of Western tank doctrine. And it's not really based on exactly how it was, more so what their interpretation of it was in 1979. So that being said, is it an accurate representation of what the Soviets would have been doing? Only slightly. Some things were definitely proven to be correct, and some things just weren't. So it's just sort of a fantastic look into what could have been had the Cold War eventually turned hot, and we're really thankful that it didn't. But if you enjoyed this video and you want to see me take on more tank tactics found around the world, let me know what you want to see in the next video down in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed it or you at least found this informative. I know that I'm definitely not the best at playing any of the Soviet tanks because I really don't play them at all. And of course, subscribe if you are brand new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Did you know you can set water on fire, by the way? That's a thing. Gotta love War Thunder sometimes.